Hello everyone, how are you doing? Having a good evening, I hope. All finished work for the week. I've just got this to do and then I'm done too. So I'm just sort of going through this software, just trying to figure out how to use live software stuff. Let me have a look at that. That'd be interesting. See if I can see what's going on while I'm doing it. Okay, so if you are there, do leave a comment. It'd be nice to see every bit of how this works, and part of that is actually responding to people who leave comments or questions or whatever. So to get down to the point of this, I suppose, is it's about sketching. I'm big into sketching. I think everyone should keep a sketchbook, even if you can't draw. I think they're great things to do. You don't have to be as wordy or as sort of painfully sort of honest as you do in a diary, I suppose, because you have to do everything pictorially. I mean, you can be as honest as you want, but you can how do you say, veil things, I think, a lot more with pictures. You know, because it's more difficult to express exactly how you feel. You know, if you're using a paintbrush and paper. So what I'm going to do is show you my book of selfies, because I don't like taking selfies with my smartphone. I mean, I've done it, obviously, everyone has. Just adding to the sum of the world's woes, and by taking all these, awful pictures for incessantly. And I think it's better if you draw them, because you get something across that's more than you get in a photograph. So I want to show you my book of, let me have a look, let's move over to my camera here, my book of selfies. Here we go. As I say, do let me know if you're there, and I'll take you through this this sketchbook now. So look, there's the cover. Move that way. I started this, I think, in 2021. Just specifically for these little self-portraits and things like that. So, so let me take you through it. So there's a little cartoonish one there. Yeah, so there's the opening pages, and what we've got. I always put my address there just in case I leave the thing behind in a cafe somewhere. So that was May of 2021. We're in the throes of COVID at that time. And I think you can see it in the look of the face that I have drawn here. I think I may have drawn that from a photograph. I may have done that. I can't remember. But anyway, it's Indian ink and a fine liner. May the 9th, 2021. And the paper, this book, in fact, is Hahnemühle. You can just see the logo, Hahnemühle. Very good German mark of fine quality paper. Oh, there it was anyway. There's the name. Difficult one to say and difficult one to pronounce as well. So there we go. There's me. Well, it's all about me as well, isn't it? So this was a couple of drawings I did while I was out in the cafe. I think, yeah, obviously sitting outside, we look at me, draw a picture of myself unmasked. I should be imprisoned. I wasn't wearing a mask. So South William Street is becoming the barroom scene from Star Wars. I think it was just a little observation that I made. In fact, I was in a pub on South William Street. I don't think it was Peter's pub. Anyway, one of them. I like Peter's pub, it's just that I wasn't there that time. Here we go. Oh, Brew 42. Look, I've written it down. I was in Brew 42, South William Street, on July the 2nd. Probably a lovely day. Here we go. Now, this is sort of commemorates an event in my life. It was on Father's Day. I was working away in my garage, cutting wood, with the idea of making a coffee table, and I actually managed to slice through my thumb with the circular saw, and it hit the bone. And I did it because I wasn't concentrating, because I was hungry, and the girls were all up in the house, and they'd made me a lovely curry that we were just about to eat, and I ran up the garden there with holding my hand in a whole load of rags, and I just shouted at them, "Hospital! Hospital!" Yes, so I didn't get to eat well that day. Father's Day 2021, I nearly amputated my right thumb while cutting wood to make a coffee table. That's only a slight exaggeration. I did hit the bone. Every time I think about it, I flinch. I've destroyed that table saw since. It was just unsafe. A pen and ink, not pen, it was just ink and brush self-portrait in a mirror. That was July the 6th, 2021. Oh, you probably noticed actually this paper is actually it's kind of a mid to light toned grey. It's not white paper, so your eyes aren't fooling you. It is actually a grey paper, and it's quite good because that means you can sort of you can work towards the lights and you know, estimate your tones down to the darks as well. Sort of it sort of you know, so you can use a nice sort of light colouring to make your highlights. You know, you don't have to figure it all out from a very bright surface. I don't know whether that makes any sense to you. Doesn't make much sense to me either. So I've been following Danny Gregory's videos lately. He's a great guy for the sketchbooks. He has a podcast called, or at least a kind of a web-based school. It's all video-based, called Sketchbook School. Sketchbook's with a K, and school is with a K as well, I think. Despite the name, it's a great resource, and I do encourage people to use it. He's got lots of videos. It's really good. He doesn't think he can draw at all. At least that's what he said. But he draws incessantly. So I've been following his videos, and I've been inspired. Hence the drawing on the right. It was done left-handed, okay, and coloured in the wrong colour. So kind of what you would call you call them Fauvist colours, really. So just completely the wrong colours, and it's quite. There's a lot of freedom in that. It gives something else to your drawings. Stops you being so literal, I suppose. So, a portrait of a newborn kitogue, and kitogue for people who don't speak Irish at all, and there may be some left-handers in the Irish language. You would be a kitogue if you were left-handed. So, 23rd of August in Rosslare, County Wexford. That was in my mum's house. Now, my mum, she passed away the year before, and so I was down doing something with the house, and I just drew this, a selfie in Indian ink, gouache and pit pen. I never know whether they're pit pens or PITT pens, but they're Faber-Castell things, they're little brush pens. They also do fine liners and things like that, but they're pigmented ink, so very good quality. I like drawing with them, and colouring with them actually, because you get all the colours of the rainbow. They're lovely. In Mum's kitchen on a splendid day. Now it's off for a little walk around the safe, and the safe is a little harbour by Rosslare Harbour, which is Rosslare Harbour is for the ferry boats, but they built a little safe for the fishermen and small boats people. And it's a good place to actually go down with your en plein air equipment and paint some boats. So there you go. And I always think that, you know, I always get, and this is inevitable, that, you know, that you get things sort of wrong, or you think they're wrong in drawings, but I always think there's something that does look very much like me, and then other things that don't. And this is a good example, I think. So it's best not to get too sort of precious about these things. And obviously you can do something like this, which is completely sort of off the wall in terms of a self-portrait. What do I say? I cut my hair again last week, all during COVID. And I was cutting my own hair with a barber's clippers that I have, and you can't really do it very successfully. And so I always have to get my wife to go over the cutting again, to cut off all the wisps that are left over from my cutting. Look, you see, there's the clippers there. some more sort of different self-portraits, but they are all self-portraits, and I draw them to to investigate some little idea I have, or just test out some proposition. And now I was using tempera paints here by a manufacturer called St. Petersburg. They're very good. You're not hearing about them too much at the moment because they're Russian, and obviously all things Russian are sort of frowned upon, I think, at the moment. So things will pick up hopefully after this awful war is over. So what have we got here? Maybe that was something in the back of my mind that I drew that self-portrait in the Ukrainian colours. It wasn't intentional, but it turned out that way. But there's a nice velvetiness of these, and they're very matte, so it'd be very good for doing illustrations that you're going to have to scan afterwards. Let me have a look, see what else is there. Yeah, another one. What do I write here? Oh, it is about those St. Petersburg tempera paints. I'm told they're an early form of acrylic paint. It's what they used, I suppose, before they developed acrylic paints properly. But I think there's latex in them, and I'm not sure. I thought tempera was based on egg whites or something like that. But anyway, look, that's just a different form of paint. It's nice to use. It dries very quickly, and you can't reactivate it. Once it's dried, it's kind of down there forever. Another one. This is a more naturalistic portrait I did of myself in June of last year. And as you can see, it's very different from the other ones. And so same paints. And yet another one. Okay, they look like different people. It's amazing. This was only in August of this year. And I think that is the end of it. That's the end of that book so far. I mean, I've got plenty left that I could be sort of doing, but I like to have a book of selfies instead of taking them on the bloody smartphone. I don't like that. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you get something out of it, and I hope you do lots of drawings. So get drawing is what I say. Pick up yourself a nice sketchbook from your local art shop and get sketching. So I hope you enjoyed that. Do get in touch, and you can always join this my Facebook page, or join my YouTube channel, or even sort of sign up for the newsletter on my website. So it'd be good to see you. Have a lovely weekend. Bye.